He gets violently knocked out in round 5. They actually threw in the towel. Having a party before his title fight with Alexander Usyk. And Daniel Dubois pretty much checked out and quit. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live boxing ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live. Shocking. Scandal. Mayhem. Bro, Daniel Dubois caught in 4K. Caught red-handed. A brand new video has leaked on the internet. Your boy Ego has obtained the video in question. So you need to watch till the end. Daniel Dubois has been caught having a party before his title fight with Alexander Usyk. And the tape has leaked. Again, I have it. Stay tuned to the end. And as we know, in the rematch, he gets violently knocked out in round 5. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. Before I get into the tape, I made a video in my series, Boxing Ego, What Really Happened. So make sure you guys check that on the channel. I broke this fight down, and there's not too much to break down. Daniel Dubois got destroyed. Usyk, shout out to him, legend, Hall of Famer. This was a meaningful fight. Like, the bad part about it for Daniel Dubois, outside of, the obvious getting knocked out, but outside of that, the real bad part for Daniel Dubois is this was kind of your opportunity, if you will, where a lot of people had questions. Did you hit Alexander Usyk low? Was it a clean scoring shot? All that's out the window now. Let's be clear. All of that is done. The whole did he hit him with a low blow? Because you had a second crack at it, and this is how you looked. You are getting bodied. And you did substantially worse in the rematch, in my opinion. I thought the first fight was more competitive, and it showed a lot of flaw. Now, here's the other thing. Some people do not know this, but I am the best in the business, and it's not even close. I mean, y'all knew that, so I'm not talking about that. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. But some people didn't know this little random factoid, so your boy Ego shall give it to you. In this fight, Usyk versus Dubois, Dubois' team threw in the towel. A lot of people don't know that. They thought just, the referee has seen enough. Daniel Dubois' team seen he was getting dusted off after his party, and they actually threw in the towel. So I want you guys to understand that, because let me know, put it this way, let me know if you knew that this fight had been a corner stoppage, not just a referee stoppage. But no one questioned the stoppage. I get that. But I don't think a lot of people knew that Dubois' team threw in the towel, right, into the ring. So let me know, yay or nay. Did you know that? Again, I have, bro, the man's mouthpiece is on the ground. Do you see that? right by his glove. The man's mouthpiece is already on the ground. Mm-mm-mm. Scandal! Shocking. So I have nothing but great things to say about Usyk. I've been a longtime fan and supporter of Usyk. He's the man. He came in, smaller dude, former cruiserweight, and keep in mind, Daniel Dubois had destroyed Joshua and had Joshua looking like this. You know, the UK, they don't got it the same. There's a couple, relevant people, but the dog is not the same in a lot of the UK fighters from what I've seen. But again, shout out to Usyk. Now let's get into a lot of you guys clicked on the video. They want to know. They like, hey, Boxer Ego, get to the part where Daniel Dubois is having a party. I want to know about the party. Okay, I got you. And here we go. So I got the clip queued up for you guys. Let's jump into it. Roll the clip.
Hey guys, come out. No, everyone, go. That would be fun.
Like, what are we doing, bro? Embarrassing. Now, my thing is this. They got a saying is like, with friends like these, who needs enemies? And that's exactly how I feel here. With friends like this, who on earth needs enemies? Because my thing is this. Where did this tape come from? Just think. Where did the tape come from? Please let me know where the tape came from. The tape had to come from somewhere in your inner circle because it's somebody who is there at the party. So think, your man got knocked out, right? And you were at his party before. One could deduce that the optics for that really don't look good at all. Like, you lost every round. It was a meaningful rematch. You lost your title. Now, being who I am, an intelligent man, somebody might say, oh, but they posted that before the fight and now the tape just leaked. I don't even know if that's the truth, to be honest, because the tape just now leaked today and this is days later. So I don't know that somebody actually posted that beforehand. But here's the thing. The moment your man's got stretched out, you probably should have removed the tape because, again, simple deduction, is not going to look good if you're seen hosting a house party like you kid and play, right? And then what happened in that fight happened where you got knocked out violently by a former cruiserweight. So I don't know, bro. Daniel Dubois, I don't even know where he goes from here. Look, he was doing all this yelling and screaming. He having house parties and you got cooked. You went in there with, as the bigger man, look at the size differential, but brains over brawn. And you went in there and you got bodied. You got Meg Thee Stallion, body, yada, 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 yada. And you got cooked out there. And now this tape surfaces. So all this like yelling. I don't know if something wrong with him. Like these faces he making, like I don't know, he acting inflicted or something. The UK is down bad, and to do all these theatrics before the fight, to have a house party and host it, and somebody in your circle leaks it. This is all very bad stuff as far as I'm concerned, because you lost your title. You lost in a way, in my opinion, Daniel Dubois looked like he quit. See, I don't beat around the bush, and I'm not here for participation trophies. Tim Tszyu over the weekend, valiant effort. It looked like he quit. Like he just had enough and didn't really want to. He didn't want it to get worse, and he got his bell rung by Fundora, so he checked out and quit. And Daniel Dubois pretty much checked out and quit, bro. You know what I mean? He looked like when the going got tough, he laid down and like folded. He wasn't like really doing this crazy stuff to fight back. He was just like, man, I can't beat this guy, and just crumbled. And it's sad because you're the much bigger person, and you got this Usyk, who again, I'm a fan of Usyk. I've been a fan. I've been unapologetic about that. I've been a fan when he was a cruiserweight. A lot of y'all didn't even know who he was when he was fighting Michael Hunter and stuff like that, right? But been a fan, still a fan. I know he's good. I know he's crafty, but Daniel Dubois, he has size, he has power. It was in your backyard. That's the other part that I mentioned. You fought at Wembley in front of 80,000 of your people, and this is the last thing that they've seen of you, right? So at least with Anthony Joshua Dubois, it was British bad blood, two like giant guys, 250 plus pound dudes, and Joshua, he lost. Just like Ngannou lost to Joshua. When you got guys that big, you know what I mean, anything can happen. But with Usyk, you guys from Fury to Joshua to Dubois, y'all had 6 chances to beat this guy. Like, that sounds crazy. 6 opportunities. 2 fights with Fury, 2 fights with Anthony Joshua, and 2 fights with Daniel Dubois. That's 2 plus 2 plus 2, or that's 3 people times 2 fights apiece. 3 times 2 is 6. You guys in the UK have had 6 opportunities to beat this guy, to beat Cud, and you can't beat him. And then you add like Tony Bellew, Derek Chisora, other British guys. He's the British executioner, the Brit executioner. You know what I mean? He just demolishing, steamrolling these guys. But now with this leaked tape, it looks even worse. So look at Daniel Dubois' career. Coming off the Joshua fight, you had a scheduled fight earlier this year, I want to say February, for Ring Riyadh season or whatever. You were supposed to defend your title against former champion who beat Wilder, who beat Zhang in recent memory, and that's Joseph Parker. And you pull out the fight, say you're sick. So that was a not a shining, crowning moment in your career. Week of the fight, you get sick, can't defend against a former champion in what most people thought was a good fight, and the co-main event on that card, even higher, closer to the main event than Shakur Stevenson, right? And then they let Parker fight Bacoli, and the rest is history. So you pulled out of that fight, then you do all the theatrics before the Usyk fight, get that rescheduled, which makes the pullout look suspect. Like, hold on, why didn't you fight Parker? And then you're having a party before, we now find out, where you have 70 to 100 people at your house. And again, with friends like this, who needs enemies, right? You got people barking, woo, 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 and the new, and still, and blah, 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 doing all this and hyping you up, gaslighting you, and then you get cooked. It's a bad look. You know what I mean? I promise on everything, I would have more control over my inner circle if I was the breadwinner like these fighters, as opposed to what you actually see. I would have, first thing when this happened, when you got knocked out, you should be like, hey, Tony, take the tape down. You know, the tape of us partying an hour or so before the fight. Hey, Tony, I need you to take the tape down. Please, Tony, please. Like, that would have been removed and scrubbed from the internet, because there's no way it looks good with what happened to you in the fight, and then you smiling he and got all these people in your crib. And Sergio Martinez has an excellent quote. He says when he was like winning world titles, when he beat Kelly Pavlik, when he beat Paul Williams, he said he had 1,000+ missed calls and text messages. He said when he lost to Cotto, he had 2 missed calls and no messages, and they were from his mama. That's deep. Just think about that, bro. When you on top, everybody want to be a part of it, right? 1,000 missed calls, VIP, everybody want to be around you, fans want photos. The life of a fighter is hard, because when you fall and you get tore up like Dubois did, right? It's like you ain't getting the same support. And then people think you quit. You're hit. You're not a champion. People thought you quit in the Joe Joyce fight, and that win didn't really age great because Joe Joyce don't really look the same. And Joe Joyce did go on to beat Parker and have a couple of good wins, but now he's looking like a shell of his former self. The UK is down bad, people. I don't know what else to tell y'all. They are down bad. And you can't count your chickens before they hatch. You out here celebrating and having people at your crib. Let's see how many of them people want to show up now that you're no longer a champion and you got cooked. And that's what I don't understand with boxers when they have these big entourages. Bro, I would never want that. No matter how successful I get, I want my family and my close friends. That's it. I keep my circle like a Cheerio for this reason. Because I promise you, all that people you had in your crib, I mean, some of them are probably his family, cool. But the ones that aren't your actual blood family, and even some of them might like flake on you, depending on y'all relationship. But some of those people, them 100, 200 people you had in your crib, let's see if they come around and want to be around now that you're not the happening thing. You're not a champion. People said you quit. People don't want to, humans don't want to be associated with losers. And I'm not trying to call a man a loser, but what I'm saying is people like winners. That's just what it is. So the more you win, the more successful you are, the more people you attract. When you're like ain't nobody checked on me when I was doing bad, except for the people that are still in my life, family, friends, right? Outside of that, people weren't checking on me. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was not in a good place. I mean, this was 15 years ago or whatever, but still, I was not. I had a lot going on, a lot of pressure, wasn't happy, was depressed, blah, blah, blah. Now that we worked through those things and your boy Ego became the best in the business and it's not even close, now people are like, oh man, how'd you make it on YouTube? Now, some of the same people that was hating on me when I started, oh, you want to be the jack of all trades and master of none. They were saying stuff like that because I do a lot. I rap, I write, act. I do a lot. So they were saying I couldn't make it as a YouTuber. And then now, people want favors and want advice on YouTube. Nah, bro. So lesson for all y'all. Let me know what you guys think. But this certainly looks bad for Daniel Dubois to have that type of performance where you not only lose, you get cooked and lose bad. And then now we find out you was having a party. You were very confident that you were going to beat this Ukrainian, or you were very worried, or I don't know. I don't know what urged him to do that, but the optics definitely look bad because you had all them people barking and cheering and saying you were going to be a champion. Usyk becomes 2x undisputed, and he made it look easier, put to bed all the low blows and all that stuff. For more boxing news, subscribe to my channel. I am the best in the business. I make it look pretty. I make it look easy. If you want to grow on YouTube, use my link in the description, vidIQ or TubeBuddy for YouTube. If you want to stream like your boy, the man, I'm the man, use my link for StreamYard. All my affiliate links can be found in the description. Let me know what you think of Daniel Dubois. Sad times, UK down bad. Oh, mate, you're slagging on, mate. Bang, mate. You know, all the, yeah, bellend. All this extra stuff you doing. Now Tyson Fury trying to call out Usyk. Bro, you had 2 shots to beat this guy you called a middleweight. He's a rabbit, middleweight rabbit. You did all that just like Joshua and Dubois, and all y'all came up short. Usyk's a legend, and that's just what it is. But very bad stuff from Daniel Dubois, because it shows negligence, that you were either too cocky and arrogant and overconfident, or you were worried and you're trying to calm down. Whatever reason you had a party before handling business, then that's dumb. You know what I mean? You got to wait till you close escrow and get the keys to the house before you have the housewarming party. You see what I'm saying? This generation, I try to tell y'all, bro, this generation is chopped. This generation is cooked. My generation and before, all them generations, way better. The mentality's better. These dudes aren't even closing escrow. You don't know if there's going to be a hiccup that prevents you from getting the keys to that house, or a background check or something that comes up, and they're celebrating and they're doing housewarming parties before they've even secured the keys and finished the process. It's like the dummies in the NFL that start dancing and they haven't even gotten to the end zone, and then they end up fumbling on the 1 yard line, and then it's a recovery and the ball goes the other way and they run it back for a touchdown. You don't want to get ahead of yourself and be so cocky, or, you know, not in the present, where you end up doing that and thinking you unbreakable or bulletproof, and then now you look stupid with this tape coming out leaking. I'm done, bro. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that.